the top 1% of salespeople, the top 1% of business owners, the top 1% of communicators, how much do you think they practice? They practice. They practice regularly and consistently. It's not something that they let just sort of slip by the wayside. It's not something that they irregularly put their attention on, right? So people skills are not something that you're born with. And neither are sales skills. They're not something that you just get the gift of the gab and all of a sudden you're amazing. Now, are there some people born with greater strengths in that area than others? Yeah. But does that mean that those people are not to work on or develop those skills? No way. Right? And does that mean that somebody that isn't born with those skills can't develop them? No way. If they don't have those skills, what does that mean they have? There's resistance there. Hey, guess what? If you handle the resistance, those skills are developed, right? How many practice shots does a professional take every day? So a professional pool player, how many practice shots do you think they line up and take every day if they're going to be on telly in the pool comp final? How many practice shots did Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan take every day? How many practice kicks do the boys on the Eagles take to get ready for the season? Practice regularly and consistently. They also practice not the same way that everybody else does. They practice in a mindset where that practice shot is the game-winning shot. They visualize it. They're intentional about it. They don't practice unintentionally. Does that make sense to you? Right? Raise your hand if you've seen somebody who's guilty of practicing unintentionally. Yeah, good. All right. Sales and communication skills are like learning how to ride a bicycle. So if you've just learned how to ride a bicycle, or if you haven't and you're about to, you're going to go through perturbation. You're going to go through levels of discomfort in learning how to do it. You're going to fall off and scrape your knee. You're going to make mistakes. And then you're going to have the magic moment where, oh, I've got it. Right? So you've learned how to ride a bicycle. You can now ride up and down the driveway. Maybe pretty soon you'll be able to ride around the block. But does that mean that you can go and ride the Tour de France next year? No, it doesn't. That takes a whole different level of skill, training, practice, intention, and commitment, right? So if you want to ride the Tour de France, you're putting in even more effort. You're putting in even more intention in order to be able to do that. It takes more practice. The top 1% of salespeople, the top 1% of business owners, the top 1% of communicators, how much do you think they practice? A lot, right? Now, can you ride around the block, or are you in training for the Tour de France? The way you practice will reflect how you play, right? Just go back to that for a second, actually. So the way you practice, let's take what we've looked at the last 2 days so far. What have we talked a lot about? Asking questions when you're communicating, using a neutral tone, having a clear intention to understand the other person's reality, using the 4 pillars, right? Well, guess what's happening all day, every day? You're practicing. So how can you practice with greater intention? Well, lift your awareness, be an observer of yourself. Observe the reactions and responses you get from the people that you're talking to. When you notice resistance, hey, did I just create that somehow? What was the way I asked that question? You can observe you and what happened and go, well, hold on, did I do that? What did I do to do that? Am I making sense? Excellent.